Hello. How are you? Today I'm looking at 6 culture shocks moving from the US to the UK. Ooh, by Shelby Hunt. Shelby Hunt. That sounds like a very American name to me. Shelby Hunt. Go check out her channel, link down below. 6 culture shocks. Here we go.
If you move, whether that be from
She looks uncomfortable. Do you need help?
a town,
Shelby, do you need help? Do you know this man?
or across a country, or like us, from one country to another, you inevitably will run into this thing called culture shock. And so as 2 Americans who have been living in the UK for over 2.5 years now, I thought me and Rachel would talk about some of those culture shocks
Rachel, I thought that was Shelby. Sorry.
we've experienced.
Rachel.
Maybe.
Hi.
Rachel and I will talk about some of those culture shocks that we have experienced.
Got 'em.
What I'm calling Americans in the motherland.
Oh, no! It's horrible.
You have a better name?
No.
It's a motherland for some.
Nope, I don't.
Americans in the motherland it is.
Fair enough.
What is one culture shock moment that you experienced since moving here?
All right.
Oh,
Let's get into it.
The first one. When people are like, hiya, you're right. And I'm like, of course I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be? Because in the States, if you ask if someone's all right, it's like, are you all right? Whereas here, it's like, what's up?
Well, didn't you say like you have
That makes sense, but it's kind of funny because here in America, of course, you say, how are you doing? And that's basically the same as, are you all right?
one particular friend who says like that is the thing that
Yeah,
she says to
yeah.
people?
So I love her. She is Irish. So you know who you are. But she does ask.
The
She's
one Irish
genuinely
friend.
so sweet though. But sometimes she's like, "You're right. You're right." A little too often for me, and I start to be like, "Do I need to check if I'm okay?" Like it's just one of those things. So now that I've said one, Shelby, what is one of yours?
Oh, he's Shelby. Okay. My apologies, Shelby.
So
Not a common man's name, and I'm not judging. Let's move on.
I think one of the biggest culture shocks I experienced when we first got here was their reliance on having information that proves that you live there and having a bank account. Whenever you sign up for a service, like in the States, it's just you give them credit card information or debit card information and then they're just happy. You have to prove
Give us
that.
your money.
Here it's like, no, you can't just give us money.
Prove to me your worth.
I know, it's like, we want to know that you live here. What's your second one?
Yeah.
For what? I need a more specific example. What does that mean? We're talking about buying a house or a car? Just for anything, you have to prove you live there. Like what? That's ridiculous.
It's just you give them credit having a bank account. Culture shock.
I'm just going back. I'll go back to where I was, but
Okay, like yours.
So, I think one of the biggest culture shocks I experienced when we first got here was their reliance on having information that proves that you live there and having a bank account. Whenever you sign up for a service, like in the States, it's just you get
a service. Netflix? Like any kind of service, like a monthly billed service, you gotta prove everything about you? That is strange.
Second one would be grocery stores. I think what takes me aback
That's a big
is
one.
the lack of variety.
yes. Really, you only get variety if you're going to buy tea. Like, seriously, like every other
Oh, I thought she meant the lack of variety of stores.
aisle,
Or crisps.
our crisps.
That's
Or
the area.
biscuits.
Yes.
Which-
The important things.
Yes, the important. Which, by the way, biscuits are cookies.
That was hard because
So your stores just aren't as big as here in America?
in the States, you can have access to a load of different foods. Moving to a small island nation where that's just not the case, it's just different.
That is so fascinating because I've never heard anyone say that, and I never would have realized that. I suppose it makes sense. There's not as many imports going into the UK as America. But then again, you would think with all the European countries right there, all the big variety of countries and cultures, there would be a large amount of variety. So I'm kind of confused.
Finding the eggs near the baking aisle. And it's like way on the other side. Like the food
Oh, because they're not refrigerated. Isn't that right?
is over here. The baking aisle's over here, which another one that they have a lot of stuff in. And then it's like eggs. And yours.
That would be so weird. I would be sketched out to try an egg that was not being refrigerated, but I guess that's why they're in the baking aisle, huh? Because they're not refrigerated.
So my second one again deals with money, and once again, it's how bank accounts work over here.
Oh yeah.
In the States, you are told never to give like your bank account number out, but here in the motherland. If you need to set up any kind of account, any kind of service, heck, sometimes when you just pay people, you literally give them your bank information. Actually,
Here, I'm not sure if I'm on board with what he's saying. I mean, your bank account number is on any check that you write. And nobody says, oh, well, you don't want to give a check to your bank account to some random, because they could, like, I don't know. It's not like it's dangerous. You certainly don't want to give a blank check to anybody, but if it's a filled out check, it's got your account number on it. So,
in a way, it's very convenient because you can easily transfer money between people. Anyways, what's your third one?
I used to work.
so you don't need to write a check, you just give them the bank information? I suppose you can do that too here in America through apps and stuff, but you would never do that in person. Like, here's my bank info, go ahead and charge me. You just use a debit card.
At this board game cafe. I'm doing my thing.
Huh?
Anyways,
What is
what's
it?
your third one?
I used to work at this board game cafe.
Board game cafe. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm doing my thing, ringing up a table that was really fun, by the way. And they were like a load of Scottish people. And they had me this bill that I've never seen before in my entire life. And I didn't know if we could accept it. And they I've never seen.
What is that? Royal Bank of Scotland. So what currency is that, a euro? Oh, pounds. 20 pounds.
Before
Says
my
right there.
entire life. And I didn't know if we could accept it. And they got really upset about it. And I didn't know why. And I was like,
Oh, God.
I'm new. I'm new to the country. Like, they were like, yeah, we accept this. And I was like, wait, I just realized something. There is multiple currencies in the UK. You're in the States, use the dollar.
That actually is, she just gave that same epiphany to me. To be honest, I didn't know anybody still used the pound over the euro. I feel stupid right now, but I can't tell if I should or not. Does Scotland still use the pound? Or has this changed? This video is 3 years old. They probably have not changed. Currency of Scotland. Just looking it up, Yeah, they use the pound. Okay. Why does Scotland not use the euro? That is very fascinating. But even if they did use euros, I guess there's different notes for Ireland, England. That's cool. Because you hear about if you look at the history of the American dollar, like, before there was just like the federal dollar, you could have currencies from, I think I'm watching a dog poop on my front yard right now. Yes, I am. See if she can see me. I'm watching you, lady. You gonna pick up the poop? No, she's got a bag. Anyway, back in the history of the U.S. dollar, banks used to be able to make their own dollars. It was where I was getting to. So there were multiple different currencies here in the USA too. But that was a long time ago.
In the UK.
That's a really
You're
cool.
in the States, use the dollar. It's it. You're in the UK, and there's a couple currencies, and it's just like.
So are different things listed, or are things listed in both pounds and euros?
Why? The worst thing is when you ask if it can be accepted. I feel like I was about to start a war.
So my third and final one. This is gonna probably be.
That's so funny. I guess you'd have to be there to see why they were offended. I could see people certain people in America would get offended at something like that too, but it's like, relax. I'm just asking. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just new here. Sorry.
Silly to a lot of people, but for me it was eggnog. Christmas comes around, you know, in the States, you can go into any grocery store and you can find a variety. So, like, I tried to find one online, and I did find one online in Amazon, and of course, all the reviews,
You can buy eggnog online.
which are British, were like, oh, this is great eggnog. I love the taste. And I was like, okay. So I bought it, and I got it. And it was not eggnog. I don't know what those reviews were, but the British people have been drinking inadequate eggnog, apparently, for their whole lives, because it was nothing like you would get in the States.
Coffee was...
Is eggnog an American drink? See, like, maybe that's the real eggnog. That's what I think. Like, well, I guess I gotta look that up too. Where was eggnog invented? It's such a random question. It was invented in medieval Britain, apparently. So, to me, that says what he drank, he finally got some real eggnog. I don't know. I'm not a big eggnog guy, but...
One for me that was really weird. I would talk to people about a coffee, and I would go to a coffee shop, and I'd look for my own filter coffee, and it's like super difficult to find because I drink black coffee. It's all espresso based. Yes. Which, to be fair, their espresso is really nice, but sometimes I just want a filter.
Anyway, that...
I don't know enough about coffee. Everybody here just drinks filtered coffee. You just buy coffee grounds and drip it through a filter. But I don't know anything about espresso. Oh my gosh, my camera died. Hold on. I'll go get a new battery. I was gonna say I'm about to end it, but no, I'm not being lazy. That's right, I went and got... Oh my god. Okay, this battery's dead too. Well, now I'm out of options, guys. I tried to not be lazy, but the universe did not let me. Or at least didn't let me win. Anyway, guys, I promise I'm still here. Thank you so much for watching. Should I finish this? I don't think I can finish this. I mean, that was the end of the video. Shout out to Shelby Hunt. Shout out to Elgato. Shout out Elgato. And shout out to anybody still listening to this. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.